She stood frozen as the commander's voice cut through the air, demanding she turn around. Dozens of eyes locked on her. The air was thick with doubt, disdain, even a hint of danger. As she shifted, her collar dipped just enough to reveal the tattoo etched between her shoulders. The mood changed instantly. The same man who had humiliated her just hours ago, suddenly stood at attention and saluted. What could make a commander salute a recruit he barely respected? This is the story of an inked legacy that silenced prejudice. Welcome, story lovers. Where are you watching from? Comment your city. Maria Jenkins had never been extraordinary, at least not in the eyes of the world. A 27-year-old black woman. From Alabama, she was quiet, disciplined, and driven by a dream bigger than herself, serving in the military, just like her late grandfather. She had worked double shifts for months to pay for basic training, arriving at the academy with nothing but a duffel bag and a heart full of hope. The base was cold, the routines brutal, but Maria didn't complain. She kept her head down, followed every order, and tried to blend in. Still, whispers followed her. Looks lingered too long. And during drills, her white peers seemed to push just a little less, rest a little more. No one said it outright, but Maria felt it. The weight. The doubt. The quiet judgment. What they didn't know was that Maria carried something on her back, something they would never expect. Maria's first week was punishing, but not because of the drills. It was the stares during roll call, the smirks when she spoke, the way her bunkmates avoided eye contact, as if her presence was an inconvenience. One morning, a sergeant barked at her for being too slow, though she was first to finish. Later, her boots were found missing, again. At the mess hall, whispers followed her like shadows. Quota higher, someone muttered. Probably can't even shoot straight. She swallowed her pride, her hunger, and kept walking. During combat exercises, her partner, an arrogant recruit named Blake, refused to cooperate. When Maria hesitated to fire a blank during a drill, he shoved her. "Don't mess this up for the rest of us," he snapped. The instructor said nothing. On inspection day, the commander scanned the rows of recruits until his eyes landed on her. He paused, narrowed his gaze. "You. Turn around." Maria's heart pounded. As she turned, her uniform tightened across her shoulders. The commander stepped closer. "What is that on your back?" he growled. Gasps rippled through the ranks. It was her tattoo, a bold, inked emblem hidden beneath her collar. She had never shown it before. She had never needed to. But now, every eye was on her. The room hung in silence. Then the commander's face changed, from cold skepticism to something entirely different. He straightened. His expression hardened. And then, he saluted. The air felt heavy as the commander stared at Maria's tattoo, an exact replica of a legendary military insignia, etched in deep black ink. It wasn't just a design. It was a symbol of valor, awarded posthumously to her grandfather, the first black soldier in his unit to receive it after saving his entire squad in Vietnam. The room froze. The same men who mocked her stood silent. Even Blake's cocky smirk faded. The commander stepped back, eyes locked on hers. Then, before the entire platoon, he raised his hand and saluted. Maria didn't flinch, but her hands trembled. Not from fear. From the weight of generations that had been silenced, disrespected, dismissed, and for the first time, the uniform didn't feel like a cage, it felt like armor. Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like, it really helps. Maria completed training with honors. The same people who once dismissed her now stood at attention when she passed. But respect earned through proof should never have been demanded in the first place. Her tattoo didn't make her worthy, she always was. The experience changed her, but not the way they expected. She didn't become bitter. She became louder. She carried her grandfather's legacy not just on her skin, but in her voice, in every young recruit she mentored, in every conversation she sparked about race, pride, and history, because sometimes the battlefield isn't overseas, it's in the silent biases of everyday life. How many more Mariahs must carry the burden of proof on their backs before dignity is automatic? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos.